Your parents want to sacrifice to you, and your parents get downright mad when they realize that they have given up for you as I gave up for my children, and you don't even see it. You don't take seriously your own future, and they're saying, why in the world am I knocking myself out when this kid doesn't want a decent future? Does this kid understand how painful it is to sweat rent without $1.5 million? Does this kid understand how difficult they're making their lives as they get older? And all your parents are asking you to do, they're not asking you to never have fun. All they're asking you to do is come to school with an attitude that says, at the same time that you have fun and enjoy yourself, work, make a future. Every parent I know on the face of the earth, now this probably doesn't apply to all of them, but the ones I hang out with, the ones that I know, give up a chunk of their lives so that their kids can have a better life. That's how most of them are. I know of one who doesn't. He's a jerk. All the rest of them give for their children so that their children can have a better life. And when your parents see you not appreciating that and saying to yourself, well, I don't really want that. I just want to play video games. I don't really want that. I just want to talk in class. Then they say, what the heck? I've never been to Yellowstone. I desperately want to go to Yellowstone. I gave a lot of money to my kids. I gave a ton of money to my kids. You think I gave the money to me to go to Yellowstone? No way. We're talking, to raise a kid is an easy $250,000. I raised two of them. That's $500,000. You think I couldn't have had some fun with that $500,000? I'll tell you one thing, I would not have been walking to school with holes in my shoes. I would have had a second car. But I couldn't do it. And that's what your parents think about when you guys get cranky and snotty and you're like, what do you mean do my homework? I don't feel like doing my homework. Are you kidding me? Come on. And in the end, when you decide not to do your work, you suffer. That's that eternal truth. You reap what you sow. And if you decide that you do not want to do work now, do not think all of a sudden you're going to have a great, big, beautiful future. You're going to have a lousy future. And the really cool thing I think is, I think learning can be a ton of fun. I think class can be a ball. So I don't think it means you can't have fun in school. I just mean you got to temper it a little bit. All right, so here we go. First question on the quiz. We've done a lot of these equations. First thing we do is distribute, and then it is a same side situation. Same side?
Same operation.
4n minus 15 is 2n plus 9. Now it's opposite side. Subtracted the 2n's from both sides. 2n minus 15 is 9. Add 15 to both sides. 2n's 24 divided by 2. N is 12 for every one of you. We have done that so many times this year. It's been on almost every homework. It must have had that on 140 homeworks. Lenny. That should be very comfortable for you. Next one. Oh, Manny. Right? Been a while. Add the exponents, keep the base. It is not 25 to the third, as two kids did. It is 5 to the third. Right? 2 and, or negative 2 and 5 adds up to 3. Some people put 125. If you did that, I accepted it. But what I was really looking for was 5 to the third power, even simpler than 125. This one gets into the work we've been doing this week. You got to get your like terms together. You know, my grandfather I used to borrow his tools, and he had a tool bucket for all of the finished tools, a tool bucket for all of the rough tools, a tool bucket for painting, and I would have to make sure everything went back in its own bucket. I don't know if any of you ever saw the movie Gran Torino with Clint Eastwood, but they could have modeled that movie off my grandfather. My grandfather was tough as nails. Into his 80s, he was roofing houses, and he didn't think twice about blasting somebody upside the head if they did something wrong. Now, yeah, he's a tough man. And I knew if I borrowed my grandfather's tools that I better put everything in its proper place. If I didn't put the right tools in the right bucket, I could have been 40, he would have hit me. He'd have been close to 90, he still would have hit me. No hesitation. Because things go where they go. And in his generation, that's how you taught somebody. You smack them. And it is an effective way to teach, because you get hit enough, you learn not to do it. Now, I got to get my A's together and put them in their own bucket. If I have 3 A's and 1 A, what do I have all together? 4 A's. Now, I have 4 b's and negative 8 b's. How many b's do I have altogether? Negative 4 b's. And that's it. I have simplified it as far as it can go. I cannot combine a's and b's. That would be like taking the wrong tools and putting them in the wrong bucket. So it's 4a and negative 4b. Likewise here, 2n squareds and 1n squared make 3n squareds. 7n's and negative 9n's make negative 2n's. Remember, you're always keeping the sign of the bigger number. Everything is addition. You just decide if they're positive or negative. That's why we peek in front. What kind of 1 is this, everybody? What kind of 2 is this? If I have 1 negative and 2 more negatives, what do I have? Negative 3, 3 negatives. And this one is a question that earlier in the year we were fantastic at. And that's why we do review, but we need to get back to being fantastic here. Product does not mean add, even though we've done a lot lately in class where we've practiced adding. What does product mean? Multiply. 4 times 7 is 28, add exponents, 10 to the 9th. Then I got to divide by 10 here, multiply by 10 to balance it out. It's 2.8 times 10 to the 10th, not 10 to the 9th. Any question on this? No. Okay. Scan 2, slope and y-intercept. Slope is 3 over 2, y-intercept's negative 4. And then we get to today's lesson on simplifying. I'm willing to bet everybody got number 2 wrong, so I'm just going to skip it. And we're going to go to number 1 on the next section. So let's take a look here and show you what you need to learn new today. I do not believe there'll be anything like this on tomorrow's test. Now, when you look at this number x, right? Hey, when you look at this number x, what's really in front of the x that we don't bother about? This letter x. 1. So there's 1x. So do you see how, if you're not paying attention now, you're not going to learn. You see how there's a parenthesis here? How many of that set of parentheses are there? There is 1. And now I'm going to distribute a negative 1, just like we did on the first quiz question. Did I touch the 7a?
No.
Did I touch the 3b?
No.
Now, negative 1 times anything serves to change the sign. 7a becomes negative 7a. 3b becomes negative 3b. Because it was positive, when I negate it, it becomes negative. Now, 7a's and negative 7a's add up to 0. 3b's and negative 3b's add up to 0. Let's do the same thing here. Put in a 1, distribute. I'm not touching the 3, I'm not touching the 4x. What's negative 1 times negative 3x? Positive 3x. It changes the sign. And what's negative 1 times positive 8? Negative 8. Get them together. What's negative 4x's? Now it's just the lesson we've been doing the last 4 days. What's negative 4x's and 3x's? Negative x. What kind of 3 is this? What's 3 positives and 8 negatives? Negative 5. And that's my answer. So today you learned when you see a negative sign, put a little 1 in front, distribute a negative 1, and then do exactly what you've been doing, combining like terms. All calculators back. The next time you go to the bathroom, you need to remind me, and I'll give you one break, okay? Yes? What do you have to do? Okay, don't worry about it.
No, is this right? You said the these things everybody got it
See you later.